It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Benjamin von Seeger, a senior global sales executive turned CEO, that's a good deal, and author, with over 20 successful years in the telecommunications industry. Benjamin is multilingual with proficiency in, get this, English, Spanish, German, Italian, and Romanian. His expertise of global markets spanned areas in the USA, Europe, Asia, and Latin America. He earned his bachelor's degree in business administration and international relations from Ludwig Maximilian University in Munich, Germany, and currently pursuing an advanced management program in business administration at Harvard Business School. In his spare time, he likes reading, writing, dining out, and traveling. He's a big promoter of emotional intelligence, the capacity to recognize emotions and to use emotional information to guide thinking and behavior. Please join me in welcoming Benjamin von Seeger.
Hello, everyone. Master of Ceremony, Campus Dean, Assistant Dean of Academic Excellence, professors, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very much for this great honor and privilege. I'm honored to be here with you today at your most important day of your life and your career. I want to acknowledge all of you, the brilliant, talented, ambitious, awesome, accomplished, and all-around outstanding members of the class of 2017. The same people in this room, you, the graduates, inspire me to write my first book. You are an inspiration without even knowing it. I believe a special thank you, it's in order for you. I hope I can and I will inspire you. I have one of the quotes, which I get at 3 in the morning when I can't sleep and write, is the following: sometimes it is the very people whom no one imagines anything of that do the things that no one could ever imagine. They are the entrepreneurs. They are the disruptors. They are you. This is a very big day for me as well, and let me tell you why. As the Master of Ceremony said, I'm from Germany, a country of great traditions. However, graduating from the university, it's a very simple ceremony. As a teenager, when I graduated, I became mesmerized and also jealous by the graduation ceremonies in the United States. There was something very special about the regalia, the throwing of the caps in the air, the commencement speeches, and most importantly about the entire graduation event. Commencement is filled with a rainbow of caps, sleeves, and hoods that pop out of the sea of black gowns. Every color symbolizes something, and it's so interesting to explore as it to watch on graduation day. I am beyond excited today to be wearing my own very Harry Potter robe and to celebrate this awesome day with all of you. Technically, my first real graduation. I'm here today to give to you 4 simple tips on how success is at your fingertips and how you can become your own best asset, target to chart your own course in life and accomplish great things. My first word of advice to you are to discover what you are good at and to keep building on your talents and skills. I would like to bring you back to a time when I was 18 and my heart was filled with the goal of making a difference in the world. With hard work and dedication, I was gifted with the skill of being able to speak 6 different languages. I always recognized that I had a talent for languages, so I signed up with Amnesty International and soon became a translator for the Human Rights Committee in Germany. I flew around Eastern Europe and saw a great deal of suffering in the world from many trials and documents which I translated. My time with Amnesty International was a life-changing experience. I ended up my journey remembering the many refugees we helped, especially one Iranian professional swimmer, Reza, who was able to get political asylum in Germany after his partner was killed for defending basic human rights. Every day, all over the world, people make the most difficult decisions of their lives to leave their homes in search for a better life. The wisdom taken from this experience was not to take anything for granted in life, and if you have a talent or a skill, use it to help others. A positive word, just one word of encouragement, can help change someone's entire life. My talent was languages. What is your talent? Albert Einstein once said, "I have no special talents. I am passionately curious." Be curious, ask questions, and try new things. This is how you will learn what you're good at, and you can make a real difference in the world. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of my second tip for success, which is the importance of building and maintaining relationships. Our journey in life and careers, it's a sum of all the people that we met. In the end, it became very important for me to have gained from that experience with Amnesty. Years later, it did set me up with a network I never knew I would need again. Common sense will show that in order to establish a one-on-one relationship, you often have to follow the lead of the other person. The key is to be approachable, authentic, and articulate. Show that you know people and have established a network of people who aren't just in your business field, but also outside of it in order to capture a bigger professional niche. Trust me, this will go a long way and further assist you with your career. My first big break in business happened when I was 21 and transitioned out of school into the workforce as a service associate fetching cars for top businessmen. I will never forget a man and the CEO by the name of Frank who gave me my first big break. I was promoted to manage a fleet of over 500 cars for a communications company in Germany. The chief executive officer of this particular company always asked to have a specific Mercedes-Benz when he went in business calls. Today, I still remember that car. I know it's been a while, but I still remember that car. It was the black Mercedes S500 with a navigation system. Perhaps you're laughing today because the navigation system is so easy to come by these days, but it wasn't so common in 1994. Back then, a navigation system was like having the latest iPhone today. I positioned myself as the man he could count on and always provide him with that car and that utility. My ability to acquire those items on a consistent basis demonstrated to the customer my initiative and willingness to follow through on projects assigned to me and provide the highest service to our most important clientele. One day, as I handed the keys over to Frank, he started a conversation with me. He said, "Would you like to come work for me?" His request really seemed to come out of the left field. Frank ran a technology company, and I was just a very young professional who ran the fleet for his company. I outright confessed that I knew nothing about technology. This was very, very true. At that time, I didn't even know how to use a cell phone. In those days, cell phones were new on the market, and it was a luxury even to own one. However, Frank taught me a pivotal lesson that day, which was later reinforced by months of training and years of working under him. Furthermore, I will never forget his response. He simply looked at me with his big eyes and said, "It is not about the cell phone, it's not about technology, and it's not about how much you know or you don't know. It's all about relationships." At that moment, he gained my attention. Thereafter, I was hired and thrown into a 6-month boot camp for sales representatives with 100 other people who were just like me. Notwithstanding, I became part of a class and journey that wasn't easy and quite challenging. However, after the challenging training, I saw the first paycheck. I most importantly earned the prestige of being part of Frank's company and the executive management team. I learned a valuable lesson which prepared me for the future, where there wasn't an ounce of failure left in me. This endeavor taught me the determination to succeed no matter what. Clearly, not everyone shared my will and determination. When we graduated, there were only about 20 of us. Among those 20, I was at the top of the class. Ultimately, it came down to consistency and relationship building. There it was. I had to give Frank the credit because of what he said and done for me. His wisdom ended up being so true and profound. It was about discernment. It was about being relatable. These were the elements of establishing relationships. My biggest fear is that you will walk away today without truly understanding how important it is to make a human connection with the people you are serving. This goes in business and in private life as well. I cannot stress this point enough. My third tip for success is for you to be passionate about your work. You have to give it your all, folks. You have to. There is no other way around it. Nothing is worth pursuing unless you are passionate about it and you can deliver it with all of your energy. You have to build your career for two reasons. I want you to keep this in mind because it's going to help you 20 years from now. You either create a legacy or you want to create an exit strategy. What do I mean by that? Either you want to build something great that will have a lasting impact on the world for some time to come, or you want to create something where you can get a quick paycheck. People who care about the legacy, they never care about the money. It is the passion that drives them to do great things. For instance, as an example, because we all use Facebook, right? I think Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg was never, ever concerned about being a billionaire. He never had any idea in 2004 he's going to become the richest teenager in the world. From the very beginning, it appeared he cared about the website being up and running around the clock 24/7. He cared about his brand, which was simply his work and helping friends connect online. He was passionate about creating a social network. He did not realize that he would become a billionaire later. However, the most important thing was there, the passion. The passion was always there. There is no greatness without a passion to be great, whether it is the aspiration of an athlete, a lawyer, an educator, a scientist, a parent, a doctor, or a business person. What you are passionate about, if you love your job and you are passionate about, believe me, it won't feel like work at all. It most certainly did not feel like work for me, flying over 4 million miles in my career to over 130 countries, sometimes in 1 week, 3 different continents for countless meetings. My fourth tip for you and for your success is to take risks and to be innovative. True innovative leaders rarely follow the straight and narrow path. They are willing to take risks and try new things. I saw this theory prove itself when I moved to the United States. Determined to write a new chapter, I intended to sell my ideas to a female high-level executive in a technology company. My approach was so bold that I didn't even make an appointment to see her when I arrived in the country. I just walked into her office. That day, I was dressed for success, same as today. I did, however, approach her assistant's workstation with purpose and told her with a very heavy German accent, seriously, I was speaking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I had a meeting with her boss, Jamie. Without hesitation, the assistant granted me permission to enter Jamie's office. At that time, Jamie was building a new network access point, and it just so happened I was selling fiber networks. My introduction was simple. I have an idea of how we can combine our two companies. I immediately had her attention, but I didn't stop there because I was on a mission. In the next couple of minutes, I began to lay out my intentions. More so, I told her that with my contacts and her technology, we could sell our business products jointly. It's a win-win for both of us, right? To my surprise, I was in her office for less than 5 minutes before she pulled the plug. The meeting is over. Did I do something wrong? I said to her. Nope. Just go speak to my assistant, and we'll talk again next time. I said to myself, damn, I messed up big time. Regardless of how I felt, I waited to speak to the assistant. When I approached her workstation, she handed me an appointment card. To my disbelief, stated, you're having dinner with Jamie tonight at 8 p.m. at Morton's Steakhouse in Miami. A few hours later, I was sitting in front of Jamie at the restaurant where she shared some news with me. I wanted to speak with you privately about something. I'm going to be appointed as a CEO of a new organization, and I need someone to run global sales. You are the guy to do it. This is where I first learned about the importance of emotional intelligence in driving your success. Folks, you have to follow your gut instinct. As I state in my book, The Rival, Emotional intelligence is the stuff that will allow a listener to follow someone down an unknown rabbit hole. Emotional intelligence is the glue, is the stuff that I've been preaching about from the first page of my book, The Rival. Emotional intelligence will help you take those facts that you have learned here with us in school and use them to your ultimate advantage. Relying on a mix of books and street smarts will allow you to build and foster important relationships, take risks, create your own networks, and tackle those sweet, sweet deals you've been dreaming of while on the road to success. And you are on the right track. As a leader, I had to look at policies and procedures in the eye and decide when is the best time to go by the book or when to follow my gut feeling. Most importantly, I have always held on to a common sense rule. When making deals, nothing is more crucial than emotional intelligence. We've all made early mistakes in our careers and our professional life, some of us more than others. God only knows I did. But I've learned to grow from my mistakes and capitalize on my gains. It is a hard lesson to be learned. Great entrepreneurs and leaders know how to deliver an electrifying message, which required them to focus on emotional intelligence. Again, the ability to recognize, practice self-awareness, understand, and manage your own emotions. That is where the real alchemy and risk in building a business and relationships comes from. It's a combination of relationship building, emotional intelligence, and knowledge. Knowledge which you got here today. That's how I got into a room, but when you are given an opportunity to meet with any executives, please, you have to practice skills of emotional intelligence and not emotional blackmail. Successful leader can handle pressure in a healthy way, understand and cooperate with others because they are good listeners, empathetic, and more open to feedback, considering that they speak the same language and have faced similar business obstacles. They set the standard and the example for others to follow and are driven to make more thoughtful and thorough business decisions. Let's imagine a perfect world where you recognize your own emotions and how they ultimately affect your thoughts, actions, and behavior. You can learn more about emotional intelligence in my book, The Rival. However, it will help you recognize your SWOT analysis, focusing on your strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. The key is to exercise self-control of impulsive feelings and behaviors. Manage your emotions in healthy ways. Take the risks, initiatives to make the right decisions. Follow through on commitments, and most importantly, the capacity to adapt quickly to critical changing circumstances that can adversely impact the overall outcome of your strategic goals. Goals are extremely important. You are your own best asset. You have the best tool, your diploma, to start your career in your life. Every time I was reviewing 1,000 resumes, yours was the first one on my desk. It really matters what you guys achieved here today. And if I was able to succeed, again, with a very heavy German accent, and become as American as apple pie, the sky's the limit for you, great minds of class of 2017. There are a number of lessons I hope you learned by looking over my small life journey's work. I hope my message will change the way you live and therefore change you, same as you changed me and made me an author. I hope it will give you the confidence to succeed at something you previously felt uneasy about pursuing. Whatever it may be, please take this moment to reflect my final words. Why? Because it is in the ending that the beginning really makes the most sense and makes a difference. You might not remember me or my speech in 20 years from now. I don't remember the guy who gave the speech to my graduation, but I hope you can walk away with the notion that there is nothing more important than getting out there in life and having face-to-face meetings and building key business relationships targeted to shape your career and future. If I could leave you with a few final words, it would be these. Discover what are your talents and skills. Try new things and explore the world. Diversify your skills and do not become a specialist only in one industry and field. You have to be endlessly curious. Relationships matter. In the end, it's all that matters. Nothing is gained by sitting behind your desk. You have to step into the world and make yourself known. Building and maintaining relationship is your main key to success. I need you to be passionate. Nothing is worth pursuing unless you're passionate about it and you can deliver it with all of your energy. Take risks and be innovative, and don't be afraid to fail. A focus on winning is built on taking risks, innovative thinking, and emotional intelligence. Again, understanding yourself and others. And you have to think outside the box if you want to go on a global scale. My parting words for you are to step into the office and make the career yours, whatever that might be. If anything, I'm confident I inspire you to go after what really gets you out of bed in the morning and to be passionate. For me, it was sales, but I know that can be for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone is a salesperson or needs to be part of an executive team. You need whatever you set your mind and hands to do. For instance, if you love being a nurse, technician, doctor, lawyer, educator, engineer, or business person, and you are passionate about it, you should do that. Follow your dreams and don't be concerned about failure and taking risks. Life is about exploring and trying new things. Your interests, passions, and natural abilities might change over time, but this is part of learning and growing. Remember this, you have to stay calm, cool, and collected, but most important, you have to be effective. Furthermore, I am convinced and believe that in order to be successful, you can't chase the amenities you want to have in your life, a big paycheck, Ferrari, fancy toys, and so on. What you need to chase is your constant passion, and all the other things will fall into place as long as you move forward. Congratulations, class of 2017. Keep moving forward. Be curious and be amazing. You did it. Quantum era demonstrandum. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Seeger, for your inspirational message to our graduating class. We are truly honored that you chose to be with us today to share your story.
It's my pleasure.
To commemorate this event, we would like to present you with a small token. And I'm trying to find it.
It's really small. Oh, no, it's not that small.
No, it's not that. It's actually pretty heavy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It reads, Benjamin von Seeger, Commencement Keynote Speaker, DeVry University, South Florida, May 19th, 2017. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.